now, after our Kapalabhati, we're starting with cat-cow. Inhale with palms forward, cow pose. Exhale, rounding. Then turn your wrists outwards. Sway side to side a little bit, move the shoulders. Inhale, exhale, cat-cow. And then turn the palms in towards the knees either way. Yeah, so just feel that you're moving those hands around an inquiry of circumference. My personal preference is to take the fingertips out to the left and out to the right, left fingers to the left, right to the right, and go into a little bit more swaying, sway left and right, maybe some little circles over those wrists, and even, of course, as the fingertips turn towards the front short edge of the mat, releasing back into some swaying cat. Now, I've already told you and warned you that today's practice, building strength and core activation, if you like something fit in a muscular way, is going to involve quite a lot of down face dog, quite a lot of wrist weight there. So please, of course, let go of any of those down dogs. You can do knees down planks, etc. when you need to. Yeah, so letting go of those when you need to. And continuing to practice them if you enjoy them. Add in all of your moderations. You can even bring the elbows down for dolphin. Okay, let's begin. So curl your toes, push the balls of the feet in, free up the toes, and let's extend the fingers, maybe a little bit outwards slightly. Draw the chest down to the thighs, and really lengthen your spine. Prepare for bent knee dog. Shake out the head, maybe nod the head. Don't be too static in the arms. So come forward and back, kind of like a swaying dog-ish. Swaying kind of puppy dog, swaying forward and back, maybe move a little bit left and right. Kind of things that we do in cat, cow, but doing it with the knees up, so noticing. Maybe now we go into a little bit of pedaling. Inhale, exhale. Your down face dog can be shorter, so you can maybe find this action now, staggered dog. So I've got the 10 toes in alignment. I'm just going to take my right foot half a foot forward, lengthen out through the left leg, bend the right knee, and breathe and take the chest towards the right thigh. Lift again into regular dog, pedal, pedal, wiggle. Take the left foot just a half a foot forward, reach down through the right leg, the left knee stays bent, press the chest towards that left thigh, okay? So just finding a little energy of length there through the spine and into the legs. And then walk your legs towards your body, body towards legs. Walk your feet mat wide, so aligning the short edges, the outside edges of your feet with the outside edges of your mat. Lift the chest. That's better. I can see your lovely faces. And then exhale and fold in, soften the knees, hold the elbow points if it's appropriate, and sway. But by the way, get your bricks and blocks ready for using them at different times in this practice. Scoop the belly in, heavy tail, and just unravel, press through those feet. Look at the feet, press through the feet, and slide up. Roll out the shoulders. And as you roll your shoulders up, back and around, lift them up, squeeze, elbows bend, pull them back, squeeze scapulae, draw them down, armpit to hip. Okay, so we've got quite a lot of muscle attention. And I was also saying to you in my intro that it's really about how we feel. So how do we embody strength on an individual basis rather than try to fit into societal's figure of strength or the diet culture figure of strength? Some of the strongest people I know have got no muscular sculpting. All right, so let's kind of get rid of that idea that you've got to have these muscle sculptings and shaping muscles to be a strong woman. And strength is also emotional resilience. So we're going up to the ears, squeeze, Roll back and really squeeze the scapula. You might want to bend those elbows and then lengthen the arms, pull the shoulder blades down. And as you pull them down, if you're in a little bit of a back bend and you're standing differently, start to draw the corset of muscles in, and you are in a very corseted mountain Tadasana. And then let's take the arms back. So draw them back, expand the chest. Again, if you've got a mirror in your practice room, try to see that you're in a neutral spine and pelvis rather than out like this or rounding. So very long and tall, grounded feet. Arms back, breathe. Lift them up to the ears. Oh, that starts to feel ugly and it pushes your head forward. So draw the chin in. Breathe and then round over, almost as if you're trying to pull on a coat without any arms, and then slide down to normal. So squeeze back, inhale, reach arms, lift, and then rounding on the exhale. And then of course you can go a little faster, and you can even integrate the spine a bit more if you wish. Wonderful. Come to the top of the mat. We're going to just warm up with a little bit of Bihar Sun salutation, and then moving into some different flows, but poses that are well known for classical building of strength. Palms into the heart center, please. Satya is the value, if you like, or the word in Sanskrit that the yoga tradition tells us means truthfulness, truth, honesty. So let's bring truth into our body, mind, and align that with compassion, so that when we build our strength in yoga, it is honest and compassionate, and we don't end up with that negative narrative that says, well, I didn't manage to do that pose, therefore I'm weak. We will moderate with blocks or try something different. Inhale when you're ready, open to the sky, expand the chest. And as you lengthen back and kind of find your place of gorgeousness, these front abdominal muscles are contracting in. So they're pulling in, lengthen that tailbone and feel empowered in that pose as you breathe. And then lift the fingertips towards the sky and draw those shoulders up to the ears and stand super tall. Big circle. Big circle, and the hands come down towards those thighs. Let's go one more. Breathe in, soften the knees, lift tall and or look up and back bend, squeeze those inner thighs, support the back, support the lumbar with the adductors, tailbone down, breathe, lift to center. Stretch upwards and exhale and sweep the arms out. Even back again would be fabulous. And hands come round and meet in your heart. Bow the gaze. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, circle the arms, deep dive. Folded ragdoll. Or, of course, you can move straight into Uttanasana if that is your personal preference and that's the way your body works first thing in the morning. Right leg back, right knee down. Soften into this right thigh, but remember that today we're trying to keep a good eye on how is the abdominal core functioning in the yoga practice. So as you raise the body, try not to push from the arms. Instead, lift from this corset. So the corsetry comes in and you lift cleanly. Inhale the arms. Exhale, lower pelvis, but don't dump your belly. So in other words, keep a fairly strong center. If you're lowering the pelvis, you're doing so with support to the spine. And by the way, the spine is fabulously strong. The spine is strong, the bones and muscles that support the spine are strong, your back is strong. Press the palms, curl the toes down, face dog. Little pedal. Squeeze the feet, heels together. Heels and ankles join. Really push them together and sail into your plank, and then lowering or knees down, lowering, little mini cobra. Exhale, we will release to extended child's pose. That just gives you a little extra chance to lengthen, and then fly into down dog and right leg up to sky, and give yourself a little twisting length, so long extended right leg or a bent knee hip opener. Hip opening dog or long leg, your choice. Try to notice if you're bending these elbows, and if you want to bend them, it's a little chance for a little press up there. A little dog press up. Right foot forward, left knee down. Soften the back foot or keep the toes tucked. Notice soft foot, tucked foot. What is the impact on your knee? All of these choices are important to your self-care. Use the core, and this time, as you draw into that center, arms come up at the same time and you expand and lengthen. Looking up if that's okay for you. Circle the arms beautifully, they squeeze back. Fingertips to the mat. As you lift into high lunge, step cleanly to your folded Uttanasana and draw in deeper or less deep. And then rise, eyes to horizon, or lift out again and palms to your heart. So already you can feel the zestiness that's coming through on this Saturday morning. Inhale, rise. Some will back bend. You choose what's appropriate for you. Remember to have that moment of centering. And exhale, fold. Ragdoll or Uttanasana. Crown down, hollow belly enough. Step left leg back, left knee down. Corset trees on. Toes are tucked or foot is soft. Decisions we make in a nanosecond, but that can mean the difference between a helpful yoga flow and a harmful one. Rise on the inhale. Extend. You can exhale arms forward, but if we circle the arms back, we get a lovely squeezing open of that chest again. Palms open wide as we spread lift. Down face dog, please pedal. Into plank, Kumbhakasana. Inhale, exhale, push the earth away. Try not to sag that pelvis, and definitely do not hang off of those shoulders. Take your knees down, and here again, you can lift both feet, which will put a lot of pressure on those knees, but it's quite a lovely way of practicing a half rod, or you can pop your feet, tops of feet down. Now roll the elbows into that midline like they're hugging the ribs, and no, this is not a curvy spine in a back bend, and no, your tail's not up. So squeeze that exact tail in and down as if you've got a real tail, and lower slowly, and be excited at how much strength you feel in the muscles of the upper back arms, the triceps. So for me, a knees down plank with embodiment can be a great way of feeling good about lowering. Hands move or not. Sphinx pose is very light and comfortable, or a mini cobra, or press to full cobra expression. But remember to take care of your neck. So just because we're experienced yogis, we still have time to enjoy the refinements of the practice. Perhaps you wish to look up, and if so doing, gaze at your nose tip first, drishti on the nose. However, you may prefer to look into your heart. Above all else, please connect to your breath. Pull the chest forward. Exhale. Hands slide under shoulders, hug in. Lift and bring your knees to a place of easefulness. Extend the arms, child pose, forehead touches. A little wiggle. And then as you curl the toes, lift up, take the left leg up to sky as quickly as you can. And then curl out, lengthen, play with that top leg a bit. You might even fancy a hip circle. So let's keep it dynamic and moving. And by the way, have a look at that right foot, and is the right knee in the center? Is the right ankle centered? And what does it feel like as you lift and lower the body through that right leg? So the heel comes up to a high heel, and then you try and reach the heel down. Left foot forward, right knee down. Of course, your experience, your left knee is above your left ankle, but if it isn't, just slide it into place. Everything comes up seamlessly from your midline as you radiate health through the peripheries. Reach the fingers away. Look at your left knee. Keep the gaze on the horizon. Just choose what's right. As the arms circle back and around, fingers by the toes, lift high into your core, and then step in cleanly if you can. Find your breath. Exhale, Uttanasana. And then rise up with flourishing power, or you can unravel slowly. Remember, this is about you, not me. I teach people, not poses. So what I'd love you to do is embody the flowing energy that you feel. Pranamasana, shoulders down, thumbs into the heart center, spread your fingers, close the eyes. Feel the heart radiating. Feel the heart radiating energy in the real heart. So that sense of cardiovascular shift, and then feel softening in your back heart. And then as you exhale, soften the front chest. A little signal of compassion to you. So we're going into our next flow. And we're going to start with Triaka Tadasana. So mountain Tadasana. Commonly in yoga tradition, this pose has the feet squeezed together, which is a narrower base and is a little bit more challenging on the core. You may prefer a wider base. So there's another lovely choice to make. Interlace fingers soft or deep and roll the knuckles away, and we'll take those arms overhead and engage as best we can in what I would call a skinny Tadasana. It's like a little tiny reed. And then come to the side as best you can. Breathe and move. And if you would like to close your eyes, this is a beautiful moving meditational pose, in my opinion. Now hug those thighs inwards, whether you're in the tight legs or the open legs. So this is a way that we embody our core strength and activations. So the core really starts in the feet and the inner arches. So find that the inner arches are lifting into the inner knees, into the root, up to that navel. Pilates actually calls this zip and hollow, which is a clever thing. And if you've got your two legs together, the zip is coming through. By the way, you're still swaying very powerfully or very gently. And your tail is, of course, not in a back bend, because that would be quite awkward to go side to side. So work into the front muscles that you can see and be aware of the back muscles being long, and also this pelvic core. So we could regard this as a triangle, and imagine that area just closing in, like you're like one of those lovely drawstring bags that knits in this way. It's really important when we embody that we feel everything we can feel. So in other words, opening up your awareness, increasing limb 5. Pratyahara is known as sense withdrawal, but I like to think of it as sense expansion. And then let go of those arms. Release them down to the sides. And if necessary, just roll again. Give yourself a little wiggle. Quite nice to rotate that pelvis. Do a little happy dance. Okay, so let's come to this next flow. Pranamastana. Inhale, arms overhead, neutral spine. Exhale, fold Uttanasana. Inhale, tabletop back. So fingertips under shoulders, lift the chest. Or for some of us, hands on thighs, bent knees, and kind of a higher position of the spine. So you're finding the cow back position or the tabletop back. And where are your hands, could be on blocks, is your decision. Please make a decision and stick to it. Yeah, don't try all the moderations, just make a decision. Step your right foot back, high lunge. Pull the right ankle above the toes, left knee above the left ankle, and then just hover above. So I want you to just let the chest and belly rest on the thigh, take the hands away, and then just hover above. So suck through the midline, hover, and instead of coming up to warrior one, just keep it quite low. And if you take your arms forward, it does become a stronger energy there. Squeeze through the inner thighs. Take the palms down, down dog. Elongate everything. And then knees down. All fours. Inhale, cow pose. Shoulders back. Face forward or to the front of the mat, please. And exhale, rounding, really scoop. You might want to come in a little bit, wee bit narrower. Hollow that belly, chin to chest, really scoop and breathe. Full emptying of breath. Tabletop back. Breathe, curl, down face dog. It may be a little bit shorter. It's okay. Walk into your plank. Squeeze the inner thighs, lowering or knees down, lowering. Hover the hands back. So as you reach the elbows back, reach the hands back and up towards the sky. Reach the fingertips, press the palms open, reach the feet, and bring the hands and feet up to sky. Raise everything. You're balancing, of course, on that midline. Give yourself a little rock. Rocking locust. Down face dog. Now bend the knees. Walk mindfully or jump to front of mat. Tabletop back, Adho Uttanasana. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And then rise up from there. Expand out. Hands to center. Slightly adjust. I mean, sometimes I'm kind of coming to the middle of my mat because I'm conscious of the filming. But you might be at the front of your mat, but it's okay. Just shift yourself back to the front if needed. Interlace, arms overhead. Tadiyaka Tadasana, swaying palm left, muscles are drawn in. And inhale, exhale, swaying palm right. And center. And exhale, Uttanasana, and fold deeper or less deep. Hands on shins or floor. Table back, inhale, exhale, left leg back, and we're in high lunge with the back heel lifted, but you know you can plant your whole foot if you prefer. Slowly gather your energy, take the arms out like a warrior two arms, or bring them forward by the ears. Sometimes I call this arrow lunge, just squeeze and feel, hug the gluteals, feel the strength, feel the balancing elements. Press the palms, down face dog. Release a deep exhale, knees down. Turn the palms, so turn the fingertips out, or choose to bring your forearms down. And roll the spine in cat-cow. Or if you're still in your all fours with the hands, fingers turned out, remember we're going to exhale and be a little bit more conscious again of that abdominal hollowing. You can sail up through the shoulders as your breath flies out through the mouth really beautifully. Now we would then maybe want to spread the palms forward again. You might want to be in a shorter cat pose or a longer one. Lift the tail, down dog. Now keep your feet mat wide and plank from there. Inhale, exhale, keep engaging. And then your knees, of course, can come down if you wish. Quite lovely to narrow the palms now. Bring the elbows back towards the hips at the same time. Remind your energy to stay strong as you lower slowly. Lengthen the legs. And maybe your legs come a little bit narrower. Just choose what's right. Crown lengthens, raise the arm palms to sky, really squeeze and lift the triceps, lift the thighs away, and everything lifts up. And you may want to lower and rest, or you are rocking locust. Find your breath, keep being supported by the breath. Hands under shoulders, curl the toes, down face dog. And then bend your knees. And step mindfully or jump forward lightly, table back, and then rise from there, slow and mindful. Palms come in. Close your eyes. Comfortable, conscious yoga breathing. Inhale, exhale. And then interlace fingers, take the hands behind the back of the skull. Just give them a little bit of opening and closing. And if this interlace, behind the back of the skull, call it coat hanger ID. If this doesn't work today, then maybe just put the fingertips on the shoulders. And you can even have your arms quite free out to the sides. So we're going into a balance. And to be perfectly honest, I think I'm going to have mine just kind of around the back of the head, kind of loosely. Spreading. I really like to spread out the hands a lot in yoga, partly because, of course, I had a hand operation November last year. Oh, no, sorry, 2020, so it's a year and a bit now. But also because if we're using the computer a lot and we're using the mouse, especially if you've got those MacBooks, they're smaller keyboards, so you get into this crowd. So let's go right on those hands if we're here. Stand up really beautifully in your mountain. Now, as you float the left knee, you can float that knee in a range of areas, can't you? You can float it behind, you can float it out. So you can have a little practice of balancing there. And then we're going to turn and just try and touch the right elbow to the left knee and turn. Inhale, open out. You can open out super wide. And then exhale, turn, and try and bring your right elbow to kiss that left knee. Open out, expand. And if you want to reach the leg long, trouble with that is sometimes when we reach the leg long, we lean back. So you want to be conscious of where you are in your proprioception. If you reach the leg long, then you're going to try and squeeze down, touch, open. Squeeze, turn, touch, open. Woo, squeeze and touch. And that might be enough, yeah? So 3 turns that are mindful and slow, 3 rotational balances, or possibly faster ones, 5 or 6. Let's have a little circle of that pelvis in between. Do like these shoulder hoops. I'm just going to do a little shoulder hoop and a lovely little technical shimmy, and then come back. Maybe you're here, yeah, maybe you're here. It's okay to moderate. And then the right knee, comes up, I think. How does that feel? Perhaps you rotate like this, and you turn, and then you kiss, turn, and come back. Okay, so mindful knee fold balance with a rotation. If you want to go dynamic, you're going like that. Twist, twist. And if you're going really fast, you might tap the foot down as well. If you can keep that leg open and extended, and turn, squeeze, open, exhale, turn and try and squeeze. There's a lot of concentrated effort going on. Enjoy it. And then let's release. Release your balancing, dynamic balancing. Come back to center. Bring the palms into your heart center, top of the practice mat. I personally choose to squeeze the legs together simply because I know that we're going to be practicing Utkatasana, the chair pose. Remember that if bending the knees, going low or high in chair pose doesn't work for your knees, then you can simply raise the arms and just stand in mountain for a small moment more, okay? Connect to your breath, please. Raise the arms and they can come forward in a arm shoulder height position with the palms facing in as if you're holding a gift, or they can reach diagonal or overhead, and then sit and set yourself back into chair. Now, we don't really want the bum to just stick out and flare the ribs, but that might be the way you sit. It's just feel what you can feel, but also think about whether you can lengthen and draw in through those muscles. I've hit the wall, but you won't do that. And breathe and feel. Breathe and feel your chair pose growing in its intensity, hugging into the muscles all over the body. It's a whole body pose. And then we exhale, just bring the fingers down. So notice I'm still in the chair and I've just brought my fingers to earth, my fingertip, fingernails, or I've got 2 blocks here. Step the right foot back. And as you step it back, turn the heel in and down. Left ankle below that left knee and rise up to warrior 2. So work and walk into your powerful warrior 2, spreading out through those arms. Stay here. I'm swapping sides because it's unnerving if you can't turn my head. So we are in Virabhadrasana 2. Make sure that thigh opens out. And remember, you're pulling through the shoulders. You're pulling your shoulders to stack above the hips. So you've got this, you're not leaning. You've got this lovely upright stance. And you may widen through the legs. So take a little bit of time to find that warrior 2. Right hand to the right thigh, raise up. So we go into a little bit of reverse warrior. And you lean back, or you have just found this really beautiful space through the left. Inhale, exhale, and then spiral the palms down. Step back to down face dog, and then bring your knees down. Turn your left palm out and slide it away. Turn the left lower leg out and find a knee down side plank. Just curve up out of the hips. And remember to find this powerful strength. If you want to raise the leg as well, you can. Yeah, you can raise that right leg. The leg can come forward, up, or the right foot toes are on the mat. Breathe and feel. Down face dog or extended child's pose. And in either of those two, as you exhale, again, really scoop the belly in. Keep pulling the belly in. And then please take your right leg to sky from cat or dog. Exhale, right knee to the chest, hovering, scooping, scooping. Step the right foot down and rise up to your warrior 1. And again, your left foot can come down or you can keep it in the uplifted position. So it's tucking of the toes or the left foot's down. Now again, we're going to bring the hands around the back of the skull or in that cactus kind of shape or goalpost. And then come forward and rounding. So round over that front leg, scoop, try and keep your balance. And then inhale, open out. There you go, in, in. Exhale, round over. Inhale, open out. One more. Exhale, scoop and round. Open out. As you come and stand, balance again. Take the leg forward and then mountain. squeeze those legs together. Utkatasana, chair pose. Connect the drishti, gaze forward, gaze to your palms if you're here or your thumbs, and you can even bring the hands into the heart if that feels better for you. And then fold, but keep that table back. So you're sitting into the chair a little deeper. It's really like Ardha Uttanasana. Step now, your left leg back. Turn the heel in, connect to the inner arch. It's a deep side lunge. Rise up and warrior two. Look to the right, fingers look to the left. Spread out through the chest. Know that you might wish to do this, of course. Just find your feet, find your stability. Take the left hand, rest it. Spread up through the right. Try to notice if you have to straighten the leg, of course, that's the option. Or can you bend back into that right thigh and take it out and open it out. Now spiral the arms down, down face dog, stretch, come to all fours, and step the right hand out to the right, circle, let the right lower leg sort of spiral to the right. Come into what looks like gate pose, or this moderation of side plank, you can lift your leg. Or, of course, step into full Vashisthasana if you feel strong enough. If this is your stronger side, draw through the abdomen. Stay here, or spiral to plank, and then spiral to the other side plank. Breathe and feel. Connect, everything engaged. Remember that some of you might still be here, and that's absolutely fine. Down face dog. Left leg to sky, reach it out. Split the legs powerfully strong. Left knee hovers into the chest, rounding. Scoop. Left foot down. Maybe the right foot comes down, or you are steady. Rise up to warrior one. Breathe. Cradle. Really deepen that warrior one. Open up, inhale, expand your chest, please. Exhale, rounding. Lift that back heel. You have to have more steadiness through the adductors. Inhale, open. Exhale, scoop, round. One more, open. Exhale, scoop, round. And then maybe hands to heart as you stand. Balance again. Leg comes out to somewhere different. Maybe you take it behind you. Feel good on one leg. Take the feet together. Release. And come to sitting. Time flies when you're having fun. Make sure you've got your blanket underneath you or a safe seat. Curl onto those, curl off of the heels of your sit bone as you sit tall. Hold the backs of the thighs and curl into your rounded spine. And find boat, even if you hold your legs. And then it could be the legs lengthen. And then lower to canoe. And rise back to boat. Any style of arms that help you. Even if you have to put your hands down. So lower to canoe, which is super low, flex the feet. And then press up to your boat. And then take the arms away. And can you do it dynamically? Can you lower and lift? Yeah? And please only go faster if that's something fun for you, or of course if you can. So 3, boat to canoe, or separate. Try the boat pose, and then relax into the canoe pose. Keep practicing. And then release your elbows down. So you've landed with the forearms down. And of course, for me and for you, sometimes you just feel like sagging at this point. So can you lift your chest? Bring your knees into the chest like a little supine curl. And you can do this lying on your back. You know you can. Otherwise, reach the legs long. Maybe the legs can lower a bit. And this is another way of finding some of that lovely yoga boat energy. So we're going to lift the legs up and then lower the legs. Now, please don't lower them to a silly place. And then you can push up a little bit more. You can lower down. You can lay down. If you lay down and lower the legs, remember the whole of that corset tree is on. Keep breathing. Maybe we've laid down now. Lower the legs. And then bring the knees into chest. Rock side to side. Happy baby. Everybody lay down now. Open the legs wide. Happy baby pose. Rocking out wide. You want to stretch the legs and do wide angle. And I hope you feel hot. But if you don't, you'll have to quickly roll back to seated in order to get your blanket or get your jersey on. Maybe you'll need your socks. But we are finishing now with 5 minutes of Shavasana. And I know it's not long enough. I know you need more, but you've got the whole day ahead. So we don't really want to go to sleep in Yoga Nidra. We just want to absorb and consolidate the practice. So please, as you now lay down in your jerseys and your warmth, I would offer a floor twist to the body. I would definitely do that. So think about what you need. Self-care and compassion comes back in. Lay the arms out wide. Gaze around your room. Look up to the ceiling, look to the window light, look to the daylight, whatever you can see. And then as you come to center, supine semi, drop the knees together, feet apart, or of course slide into your full Shavasana. And we'll bring the palms now onto the belly. And when you bring your palms onto your belly, you can have them kind of one on top of the other, can't you, or staggered, but really let your elbows flop. And if your hands are on your belly, try to observe that your shoulders haven't kind of lifted into your ears. So one hand on the belly might be better. Roll the head, tuck the chin, lift the head, lower the head, find your center. Depending whether your legs are long or bent, your feet will be really relaxed, or maybe the feet are softly standing. Breathe in and out through your nose. And as you do so, flare your nose tips. So flare the nostril tips, the rims. So literally imagine these two clear channels, Ida and Pingala, the left and right nadis. If we come away from external now, and we move inside the beauty of the body, allow those nostrils to open, soften the mouth, soften the bones of the face, soften the throat, soften the temples, and inhale and imagine that beautiful tiger, that beautiful lion, these beautiful cats of the cat family with their gorgeous flexibility and their powerful strength. Inhale and flare the nostrils. Take a pause. Exhale through the nose. And really hear the sound. And do this 3 times. So focus clearly on left and right nadis, and you are trying to allow them to be open channels of reception of prana, the inner winds of vitality, nourishment and health. Open the nostrils in and out, and then release that, please, and simply be here, simply be you. Simply be the perfection you already are. Remember that yoga breaks through our lies and defenses with the intense heat of practice. And asanas, especially vinyasa flows or mindful flows, create an internal combustion that affects us physically, psychologically, and emotionally. It's a kind of cleansing. It's known as tapas, and it can mean heat or discipline, austerity or glow. Tapas burns those impurities and obstacles that impede us and keep us separate from the divine self. And we know that shedding those unhelpful layers of false self require dedication. And that's how we reveal the truth within. We reveal that true layer. Remember, we started our practice with a contemplation of truth, true self, and seeking love and seeking belonging. Allow yourself one more precious moment of peaceful stillness. And then quietly and carefully roll, massage your back, pelvic clock, roll the ankles, roll the wrists. Shake out your legs, full body stretch, whatever feels appropriate. And then come back to sitting, please. And we're going to finish with the said mantra of the Prajna Paramita, the Heart Sutra. And excuse my pronunciation, which may be a little off. It is gate, gate, para gate, parasam gate, bodhi swaha. Gate, gate, para gate, parasam gate, bodhi swaha. And it means gone, gone, way gone, beyond gone, awake, so be it. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that you feel awakened today. And the quotation at the end there came from Yoga for Life by Colleen Said-Menier. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful weekend. I am going to love and leave you. Please let me know your feedback. My gratitude.